If George Lucas had painted with philosophy instead of film, Star Wars, Visions would be his abstract masterpiece, and in Season 3's newest gem, The Duel, Payback, that masterpiece bleeds red, slicing through nostalgia, mythology, and morality with the precision of a lightsaber in meditation mode, because this time, my friends, the galaxy far, far away doesn't just expand, it inverts. Cue lightsaber hum. Welcome to a universe where Jedi aren't always good, Sith might be saviors, and Ewoks, yes, the furry forest folk from Return of the Jedi, aren't dancing around campfires anymore, they're setting traps. This is not your childhood Star Wars. This is what happens when storytelling decides to rebel, and it feels like a financial orgasm of creativity. That euphoric jolt you get when the familiar suddenly shocks your senses and you whisper, "Do it again." Music fades into light percussion. Tempo increases. Let's rewind to the origin of the chaos, The Duel, directed by Takanobu Mizuno. This breakout episode flipped the Force upside down with one radical idea. What if a Sith hunted other Sith to protect peace? It was cinematic poetry, black and white visuals dusted with crimson streaks of energy, like Kurosawa SEO Yimbo after a double espresso shot of the Force. It was beauty and rebellion in one blade swing. The protagonist, the Ronin, wasn't a savior, he was a survivor, the kind of anti-hero who reminds you that sometimes, even peace requires grit. Now, Mizuno returns with The Duel, Payback, and he's not playing nice. Picture this, our wounded Ronin, rescued not by Jedi or villagers, but by Ewoks. Yes, those teddy bears are back, but forget the cuddly cuteness. Think forest gorillas with vengeance issues. They nurse him back to health in hot springs, then unleash chaos on crusaders who dare return. And just like that, Mizuno performs the ultimate inversion, turning the galaxy's cutest heroes into primal instruments of retribution. Cue dramatic tone, pause, but the genius doesn't stop there. This story flips everything from morality to symbolism, where Return of the Jedi's Ewoks embodied innocence defeating tyranny. The Duel, Payback's Ewoks reflect innocence corrupted by survival. And then comes the Grand Master, a Jedi so obsessed with purging evil that he becomes it. He enslaves civilians, locks down planets, and kills for order. Sound familiar? It's an echo of real-world history, crusades, colonialism, and moral gray zones we'd rather not revisit. Mizuno doesn't paint villains, he paints mirrors. Soft suspense music rises. When the Ronin faces the Grand Master, it's not just a duel, it's an unmasking. Blades clash, sparks fly, and when that mechanical mask cracks, the metaphor lands hard. Where Darth Vader's unmasking was redemption, this one is dehumanization. The faceplate doesn't reveal the man, it reveals his emptiness, the light that once saved now corrupts. It's storytelling jujitsu, nostalgia turned on its head, and that's where The Duel, Payback transcends fan service. It becomes a Zen parable about ego, balance, and the futility of extremes. The Ronin isn't Jedi or Sith, he's the middle path, the one who realizes that victory doesn't come from fighting harder, but from fighting less. Music shifts to meditative ambient tone. In fact, Mizuno borrows from Akira Kurosawa's samurai grammar, silence, dust, tension, and fuses it with George Lucas' spiritual philosophy. The result? A space western wrapped in Buddhist paradox. This isn't just Star Wars, it's enlightenment. Through animation, builds to an epic crescendo. Everything in Payback mirrors Return of the Jedi, but twisted through moral irony. Ewoks no longer symbolize faith, but vengeance. The unmasking doesn't save, it condemns. Hope isn't in unity, it's in solitude. It's as if Nietzsche, Studio Ghibli, and George Lucas had to create a baby and named it moral ambiguity, and then, Mizuno drops a metaphor worthy of philosophy class. The Force is currency. Every act of power incurs karmic debt. Every duel, a spiritual transaction. And when righteousness is hoarded, the system collapses. Spiritual inflation. The Ronin doesn't hoard power, he circulates it, like a monk who knows peace, like money loses value if kept to oneself. Light chuckle tone, even the humor lands. Imagine Ewoks today, running a galactic HR department, now hiring tree trap technicians. Benefits include revenge, therapy, and hot springs. Under the laughter lies a lesson. Even innocence can evolve when pushed to the edge, and that's what makes The Duel, Payback a modern masterpiece. It challenges blind faith in institutions. It rewards self-awareness. It forces you to ask, can peace exist without conflict? When the credits roll, you're not just entertained, you're enlightened. Because this isn't just Star Wars reimagined, It's Star Wars Reborn, so the next time you rewatch Return of the Jedi, remember, maybe the Ewoks weren't celebrating victory. Maybe they were already planning payback, because in this galaxy, as in ours, even peace comes with a price tag, and the Force, it always collects.